Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good day everyone. My name is Ahmad Fazlin bin Hafizi from TESOL 5. Today, I would like to talk about the aspiration and direction of Malaysian education, shaping a teacher as an educator. In today's rapidly changing world, education plays a crucial role in shaping not only individuals but also a future of a nation. Malaysia education system is guided by clear aspirations that aim to develop a balanced, knowledgeable, and competitive generation. So, what exactly are these aspirations, and how do they shape us as future educators? So, firstly, I want to talk about Malaysia's education system. Malaysia's education system is built upon several key goals. Among them, two important aspirations are: first, access to education. Every child in Malaysia should have equal access to quality education, regardless of their background or location. This ensures inclusivity and fairness in system. And Malaysia's government also funded poor families so that they can enroll their children in schools. Secondly, quality of education. The system aims to provide education that meets international standards by improving teaching methods, curriculum, and learning outcomes. To put an example, it's like South Korea having a tablet or e-book so that they can access to internet, so that they can learn everything more easily and consume and digest informations more easily and fast. And I would say that is quite an improvement that we Malaysia need to adopt someday. So these aspirations show that education is not just about providing opportunities, but also about ensuring excellence. So next, I want to talk about the student aspirations. In addition to system-level goals, Malaysia also focuses on developing students through key aspirations. First is knowledge. Students are expected to master core subjects and build a strong academic foundation. And second is thinking skills. Students are encouraged to think critically, solve problems, and be creative in their learning. Third, ethics and spirituality. Students are guided to develop strong moral values, integrity, and a sense of responsibility. These aspirations highlight that education is not just about intelligence, but also about character and values. Next, I would like to give this spotlight to Mr. Fazrin, a teacher in this district. Thank you, Announcer Fazrin, for allowing me to speak today. So, today I would like to talk about the direction of education, digital tools, TVET, and character building. Since the world is getting more and more advanced in terms of technological aspects, we as teachers need to be innovative, need to be creative in our own fields so that our lessons can be more engaging. So by using digital tools, we can make our lessons be more educative and be more transformative for children. So digital tools. Teachers are now expected to integrate digital tools such as videos, animations, infographics, and online platforms like Google Classroom into their lessons. By doing this, these tools help make learning more engaging, increase student participation, and simplify complex concepts. Like making animations or infographics by making it fun, such as maybe this is a bit unrelated, but through a video that I watched is called Oversimplified. Basically, it's oversimplifying histories to make it more digestible, more consumable, and more easily to memorize for children. By doing this, it allows the hard to learn and very elaborate concepts, very easily digestible and very consumable to students and easily comprehend. Now, I want to talk about TVET and its significance and importance in this technological era. So, what does TVET mean in the first place? TVET is Technical and Vocational Education and Training. It's like a pedagogy, teaching students practical skills and training. It focuses on. In essence, it basically means it allows students to focus and pursue practical and technical skills such as culinary and automotive. So, and it offers them other pathways and choices instead of education related. So basically, imagine a kid that is not very intuitive in such a core subjects such as linguistics, history, geography, math, and science. Instead of pursuing those and struggling and failing, they pursue other stuff that actually pursues other stuff and focus other stuff, other subjects that would actually thrive in. So by doing this, it allows them to be job ready in this kind of specialized field, and make them decrease. So by doing this, it decrease like the unemployment rate in Malaysia. So after talking about both topics, digital tools and TVET, so what if we combine both together? How to integrate technology in TVET? You can use virtual reality simulation to teach students, like maybe using like a mechanical VR or something like that. They can teach them the parts of the cars that they need to fix, but it allows them to simulate like real stuff, simulate like real experience, but in a more safe and more fun manner. Secondly, by equipping teachers with the skills to effectively integrate technology into instruction, what it means basically is teaching children, teaching educators about how to use this mastery of digital skills to teach others about it. By doing this, it allows them to expand on the education on how to teach students about this, about TVET. Lastly, I want to talk about character building. Students are taught values such as responsibility, respect, cooperation, and discipline. These values are important in shaping individuals who are not only smart but also ethical and responsible. I think that's all from me. Okay, so now you can continue, Announcer Fadzrin. Thank you, Mr. Fadzrin, for the brief and yet conclusive explanation of the direction of education, digital tools, TVET, and character building. By the way, you look very dashing today. So, anyway, I want to talk about the implications towards teachers, students, school, and nation. So, the implication for teachers. With these changes, teachers must adapt and grow within this confined world that it keeps evolving every day. And maybe in the next 10 years, these technological advancements that we know now today, that we know now currently, would be obsolete and would be discarded. Maybe it will be beyond primitive. So, what we need to do is that we need to adapt and grow to the time. And by that, teachers today need to master digital skills such as making videos, editing videos, making infographics, and making animations. By doing this, by doing such like animation, so that making animation for children or students, so that we can make it hard concepts or elaborate concepts, make it more digestible and easily consumable by students. Secondly, we need teachers today need to be more creative and innovative. Of course, in the name of adaptation, in the name of evolution, we also need to be more creative and innovative. And we need to think more out of the box, and we need to think more creatively in making these lessons more interesting and engaging for children, and to take their attention. And lastly, we teachers today need to continuously improve themselves. Of course, there's no such thing as perfection, but we need to always improve ourselves and become better, Teachers are no longer just delivering knowledge, but facilitating meaningful learning experience. A passionate educator inspires students and make learning impactful. Secondly, next is implication for students. Students today are expected to become independent learners. We, as a role model for them, we guide them in terms of education wise, and until the point they become their own teachers, they become their own mentors. So like they can manage their own timetable, they can manage to learn at their own pace, they can be their own teacher pretty much. And secondly, I want to talk about the critical thinkers. Students today are expected to be critical thinkers. Instead of analyzing something in a more holistic or analytically way, separately, they can think out of the box, and they do both at the same time, so that they can describe things with more in detail and depth. And thirdly, they're expected to become active participants in classes. So basically, I want to say this, but I'm not active participants, like the one that raise their hands almost every time when teachers ask a question. But and being active participants is very useful for class. It means that our lessons, the teacher's lesson is very engaging and very transformative for them, so that they can memorize, and so that to the point that they can answer your questions very easily and very moderatively. So, to summarize it all, they're no longer passive listeners, but are actively involved in the learning process. Now, I would like to go to the implication for schools. Schools could provide digital facilities such as computer lab so that more students can access to internet easily. Some students are not too lucky and they don't have a lot of money or convenience to buy this kind of digital things and to keep up with it. So what schools need to do is that they need to freely provide them with this kind of necessity so that they can be more productive in the learnings. Secondly, they can be supporting innovative teaching. Instead of focusing on traditional and conventional methods, they can be more innovative teaching, like math, like math, right? There's no one solution to a equation. There's many pathways, and you need not to be rigid about it. So by encouraging collaborations or doing group activities, this allows students to have leadership skills that allows them to be more prospective in their later years. To summarize it all, schools are no longer just examination centers, but environment for holistic learning and engaging place to learn. Lastly, I want to talk about the implication for the nation. At the nation level, education contributes to building a skilled workforce. And this basically means that someday they will be more civilized, they will enter the job market, and they will work for other people or work for other companies or build their own empire of companies. And this will help the economy thrive and booming. Secondly, the second topic is also the same as the first topic, is strengthening the economy. By doing this, the economy will boom, and that will thrive. The schools and the government can provide more facilities, they can provide more necessities for students to grow more and more and more. To summarize it all, a strong education system leads to a stronger and more developed nation. And to conclude it all, in conclusion, the aspirations and directions of Malaysian education aim to produce individuals who are knowledgeable, skilled, and morally grounded. As future educators, we must remain passionate, adaptable, and committed to continuous improvement. Because in the end, education shapes the future, and teachers shape education.